All right, so TCM is coming out with a new patch that's going to release, it says, early tomorrow, September 5th, 2023. So that's a Tuesday, and it says it's going to be early tomorrow Eastern time. So let's go over this patch because it's something that a lot of people, I think, have been waiting for, and it doesn't necessarily include a lot of the stuff that people thought it was going to include. So let's go over it. First, they fixed PC stuttering on ultra graphics settings. That's great. Anything that fixes stuttering is fantastic. It says it also fixes an issue causing FPS drops when attacking or grappling with opponents while running the game on ultra with appropriate hardware. So that's good. Positive thing. Nice little graphical improvement there. Fixed voice chat not working in lobbies for party members. This fix is for an issue where party members would lose voice chat functionality once in a lobby. This is good. I'm pretty sure I don't know if this is just for when people are partied up, but I'm like 90% sure I've had a bug where my voice chat is just not working when I'm not in a party. Like my voice chat just stops working. So hopefully this is a fix for that. If it's not, that would suck. But I hope that this is a fix for that, and that's a positive change. Fixed XP progression. This fix resolves a UI issue that would appear to rank up after every match, despite not gaining the required XP to do so. And this fix also resolves inaccurate XP and XP delays related to earning XP. All that is good because then it means I don't have to stay in a lobby when I'm playing victim, because they had recommended that the workaround for that for the time being was to stay in the lobby until all the victims had either been killed or escaped. Now I don't have to do that anymore, and the second I die, if I wind up dying early, I can just leave the lobby, which is nice. So that's a really big change. I'll also be interested to see if there's any changes in this that are not listed here, because Saber had a nasty habit of doing that. And there's lots of dev teams that do that, where they'll have some sort of like shadow buff or nerf that they didn't put in these notes. That, so for instance, the reason I'm bringing this up is I hope that they increase XP gains. That's not listed here, but hopefully included with XP progression is an increased XP gains, because right now it's just way too slow. And in particular, even if you're someone who's like, no, I like the grind, family members get way too slow progression compared to victims. Victims earn way more points, so hopefully family at least gets a few buffs to XP gain. Fixed various crashes and freezes. This includes a PS4 crash related to unlocking trophies. This also includes a fix for high-level players experiencing a crash on the match results screens. Good. I don't know if that's going to include a fix to like the lobby or the server side like crash that seems to happen when people disconnect. That's like the only crash that I get now, is if someone starts to get executed and they rage quit, that has a tendency to disconnect like the whole lobby. Hopefully this fixes that. I'm fingers crossed. Changed key rebinding. We've added key rebinding to the PC version of the game. Hey, all right. That's a huge change for me, because let me tell you, the V key, being the key for push to talk, is very annoying. You know how many times I also will probably rebind the text chat key. I've had multiple times where I've needed to hit R for something and fat fingered and hit T. And then their way of getting out of the text box is super cumbersome and annoying. Like, pressing escape doesn't do it. Pressing enter like doesn't do it. It's really weird. You have to like click out of it. It's awful. So I will definitely be rebinding the chat key to some random key that I will never possibly touch, because I don't use it. And I'll be rebinding push to talk to probably one of my mouse buttons to make that easier. Because the way it is right now, you could be like in a struggle with somebody, and I want to be like, hey, I'm struggling with Leland over here. And in order to do that, I have to take my hand off my mouse and move it all the way over here to hit the V key, because my left hand is occupied tapping E. and that sucks. So I'm glad I get to change that. Changed. Lobbies will now launch with 6 players. This change should help lobbies get running smoother, quicker, and with less drops due to incomplete lobbies. Leatherface is still required for a match. This one is interesting because people were asking, does this mean that if there are only 6 people in the lobby and the 7th slot is empty and everybody readies up, is it going to just start the game with 6 people? And people were like, I hope not, because that sucks. I saw a comment. The patch isn't out yet, so we won't know for sure until tomorrow. I saw a comment that claims the devs in Discord said that it will indeed start the match with only 6 players if all 6 are readied up and the 7th slot is empty. Maybe somebody else can comment on this video and confirm. If that's the case, that sucks. That shouldn't be a thing. I do like the change of if 7 players are in the lobby and 6 ready up because one person is dinking around. That's awesome, because that seems to happen in every single lobby. One person just won't ready up for whatever reason. So I like that change. I don't like starting the match a player down, especially on the family side. If they start a player down on the family side, that really sucks. Changed quick match menu. We've moved quick match to the top of the menu options when looking to join games. Quick match will result in not only quicker matchmaking into a lobby, but also fuller lobbies. This is good for me because I actually play both sides and like to use the quick match button. However, in my experience using the quick match button, it gives me victim like 99% of the time. In fact, I don't believe I have ever once, I'll say 100. I don't think I have ever once gotten family when queuing up for quick match. And I've done it many, many times. Every time I've wanted to play family, I have to go click the family button. I've never actually gotten it playing quick match. So hopefully this will like fix that and actually make family an option to be picked. Changed. PC removed from crossplay. Now this is the controversial one. We are temporarily separating PC from the console player base in crossplay while we continue to improve our anti-cheat tools and resources. I am praying they go back on this. Don't do this, guys. I'm begging you. Revert this change this week. Do not wait. This is going to kill your game. Don't do this. Revert it. I don't even, even though I'm a PC player, I don't have anyone that I play with, so I don't really care that much. But there's so many people out there who have console players that they play with, and now they can't play with them anymore. And this is fixing an issue that doesn't. I mean, cheating needs to be addressed, but this wasn't an issue because console players could already turn off crossplay themselves. So if you were someone out there who cared that much about cheaters and was aware of it being an issue and cares that much about playing video games in Texas Chainsaw Massacre that you don't want to play with cheaters once every 20 games, you could turn that off yourself. So this was not a necessary change to add. Like, you didn't need to put this in here. All it's doing is screwing with people that play with friends, and it's also going to make it harder to get games on PC. It's going to make it so PC players in the meantime get absolutely screwed and are going to get more games with cheaters since they can only play with other PC players. It's a bad change. Get rid of it. Like, the only reason you're doing this is to basically be like, we're going to make PC players suffer even more in order to stop console players from suffering at all. But any console players that cared about that could already apply that fix themselves. Dumb change. Revert it. This week, I'm begging you. I don't often do this. Not often do I tell devs this is awful. You have to change this back. This is awful. You have to change this back. And then the last one is tuning easy anti-cheat and anti-cheat improvements. We've made several improvements to our anti-cheat and protection from additional cheat resources. We've also improved our tracking and logging for cheat detection. and consistent improvement. All good stuff, but the truth is, I think that the big issues with this game in terms of cheating is that, number one, I've heard you could basically get it like free because of the Xbox Game Pass. There's some way to like get it free through that system, and evidently there's like no anti-cheat on that end. So not only are people just free to cheat if they get it through the Game Pass, they also if they do get caught and get banned, it's no punishment to them because they can just get it free again. Whereas normally they'd have to pay $30 again if they want to cheat after they get banned. And what I also heard was that the devs didn't like encrypt a certain file in the game, so it made it easy access for cheaters. So they basically just have free reign to mess with the code, the files and stuff. And it's like the point of all this is that no matter what changes they make, cheaters are always going to exist, and cheaters are always going to find a way around whatever adjustments they make. That's not to say, hey, don't make any anti-cheat improvements. But what worries me is that because they removed crossplay, they might be sitting there and going, hey guys, we need to rein in this cheater problem before we allow PC players to play crossplay with console players again. And I'm sitting here like, that's never going to happen, dude. Like, you're never going to get these cheaters reined in. They're always going to be there. So I'm concerned that basically they're going to sit there and be like, we'll be here 2 months later and there's still no crossplay turned back on for PC players. And we're just going to be sitting there forever for the rest of the game's life cycle. They're not going to turn it back on for PC because they're never going to get these cheaters reined in. That's what I'm concerned about. Which is why I think they need to revert that immediately, the crossplay thing. But yeah, otherwise, easy anti-cheat stuff, I think it's kind of a frivolous thing. I don't think, but at the same time, why not do it? I just hope they don't dedicate too many resources to that, because cheaters are going to cheat, man, and they're always going to find ways around stuff. But at the same time, I don't think they should just do nothing. So at the end of this, I don't know what I'm talking about. that's what's to take away from all this. So that's the patch that just is going to be coming out tomorrow. Actually, tell me your thoughts, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And yeah, the next video we're going to be talking about balance changes. I was actually waiting to release that one to see if they were going to come out with a patch that addressed some balance changes, and since they didn't, it's safe to discuss some of that stuff and see if they will address what stuff they should and should not address when they eventually do a balance patch. So that'll be the next video. In the meantime, enjoy this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.